So let's begin today's session. So as you can see, we have okay. Now I think connection is back. Okay. So as you can see from our syllabus, most of the chapters we have completed. So last time we have completed file handling also. Okay. We have completed exception handling, multi-threading. Now, today we are going to complete collection classes, and after that, only one chapter will be left. That is applet, AWT, and swing. Okay, that will do later on. Fine. So, collection classes. Let's begin. Okay. So, actually, what are the collections in Java? Collections in Java is a framework that provides an architecture to store and manipulate the group of objects. Okay, it provides architecture to store and manipulate the groups of objects. Java collections can achieve all the operations that you perform on a data, such as searching, sorting, insertion, manipulation, and deletion. Okay, so all these things, if you want to perform on data, Java collection will provide some operations. Okay, it's a single unit of object. Java collection framework provides many interface. You see, it provides interface, set, list, queue, dequeue, and classes. Array list, vector, linked list, priority queue, hash set, link hash set, reset. So these are the classes it provides. So collection represents a single unit of object, that is a group. So what is a framework in Java? It provides ready-made architecture. It represents set of classes and interface. It is optional. And what is collection framework in Java? The collection framework represents a unified architecture for storing and manipulating group of objects. It has interface and implementations, that is classes and algorithms. Okay. Now, what are the hierarchies of collection frameworks? So java.util package contains all the class interface for collection framework. Now you see, whatever is in blue, those are interface. Whatever is in green, those are classes. Okay. So let me assume you see in iterable interface, we have collection interface, and inside collection interface we have list, queue, and set. These three interfaces. So inside list we have array list, linked list, vector, stack. These are the classes. And inside queue also we have priority queue, and then DQ is an interface. In set we have hash set, link hash set. These are what classes are there. Okay, and in set also we have sorted set, and inside sorted set we have tree set class. Okay, so how many methods are there in collection interface? So we have add all, remove. These are the methods. Remove all, remove if. These are the methods. Retain, size, clear, contains, iterator, array is empty. These are the methods are available. Okay. So let's see iterator interface. So iterator interface provides the facility of iterating the elements in a forward direction only. So iterator interface, what we are talking about here, this one. We are talking about interface, this one. Okay. So we want to access elements one by one in forward direction only. So there are three methods of iterable interface: has, next, and remove. So the iterable interface is the root interface of all the collection classes. Okay, the collection interface extends the iterable interface, and therefore all the subclasses of collection interface also implement the iterable interface. Okay, so it contains only one abstract method, that is iterator. Let's see how many of other collection interfaces. The collection interface is an interface which is implemented by all classes, the collection framework. It declares the methods that every collection will have. In other words, we can say that collection interface builds the foundation on which the collection framework depends. Okay. Second one is a list interface. Okay, so we are saying this one. After iterable interface, we have collection interface, and then we are going to see list, queue, and set one by one. So inside list, we have this many classes. So list interface is a child interface of collection interface. It inhabits a list type data structure in which you can store an ordered collection of objects. It can have duplicate values. Okay, so array list, linked list, vector, stack, these are the classes available. Okay, so this is how you can define list data type, list 1, new array list data type, list 2, new linked list, list data type, list 3, new vector, and stack. Okay, various methods in list interface that can be used to insert, delete, and access elements from the list. First, let's see array list. Directly see the example. So array list, array list L1, any name you can give, is equal to new array list. Okay. So this is how you can define array list, simple way. You can also define, let's say in array list, let's say only string will be there. So you can always define like this, string, and inside this here, you can always define like this, string. Okay, so in array list, that means what do you mean by this? That means only string character will be there in array list. Okay, fine. So now, what we are going to do, we are going to put some values in array list. So let me put L1. What was the list name? L1 dot add. You see, add method is there, and any name, Sagar. L1 dot add any name, L1 dot add any name, Ravi. Like this, you can add. Okay. Okay. How do we traverse? You see, inside list values has been added. How do we traverse? Using iterator. Okay. So iterator iterator iterator, it is equal to L1 dot iterator. And then while this IT as values, we want to iterate it one by one. So we are just going to print it. IT dot next. Yes, here. Okay, so one by one we can iterate this in array list. Okay, let's run this new class. You see, all three values we have put, and then we are iterating this array list. Okay, Sagar, Harsh, and Ravi. So this is an example of array list. Okay, next one is linked list. What linked list does? Implements a collection interface. It uses doubly linked list internally to store the elements. It can store the duplicate elements. Okay, it maintains the insertion order and is not synchronized. Linked list manipulation is fast because no shifting is required. Okay, let's see the example of linked list. The linked list here. So inside linked list, we want only string, not others. Linked list L1 dot add. The same way we are putting values, we can put some values in linked list. Okay, and using iterator, we can retrieve it. So here, right click, run. You see the same values I will get here. Okay, so instead of this array list, I put values in a linked list. Okay, so this was about linked list. Okay, what is vector? Vector uses dynamic array to store data elements. It is similar to array list, however, it is synchronized and contain many methods that are not part of collection framework. Okay, so let's try vector. Okay, we need to import something. Vector. I don't require a linked list as well as array list. Okay. Once I define vector, object L1, L1 dot add, I'm putting some values, and then using iterator, I'll iterate it. Okay. Save it, run it. So you see the same values. So vector is using dynamic array to store the data elements. Okay, dynamic array, similar to array list, but it is synchronized. Okay, and it contains many methods that are not part of collection frameworks. Okay, so this was about vector. Let's see the syllabus. So you see the list classes. array list classes, linked list classes, okay, vector class we have seen, iterative statement just now we have seen, how do we iterate, okay, enumeration, iterative, and let's see other classes also one by one so that we can complete our chapter. What is stack? Is a subclass of vector. It implements a last in first out data structure. Whatever comes in a last, okay, it will goes first. That kind of data structure it puts, okay, that is stack. Stack contains all the methods of vector class, also provides method like boolean push, boolean pick, boolean push, which defines this property. Let's see the stack example. Okay, so let's say we want to apply stack here. Yes, okay. Stack. Let's import stack, and then instead of this add, I'm going to apply push. I'm going to apply push. You see push. Okay. Once we put something in push, which one is the last item? Ravi, right? Ravi is the last item. And after that, what we'll do? We'll do pop it. L1 dot pop. Okay. And then iterator. Let me copy this code of iterator. And then L1 iterator. Output will be, which one will be the last? That will be the output. Okay. Same way there is a queue. We can also put a queue, priority queue and array DQ. Okay. Actually, these are not in our syllabus, so let's not do this. Okay, what is set interface? So it extends a collection interface, set interface, where it is actually in this diagram. You see the queue, priority queue and DQ and array DQ. We are not doing this. Set interface, we have hash set and link hash set. Okay. So let's see about set interface. What are these? The set interface in Java is presented in a java.util package, extends the collection interface. It represents the unordered set of elements which doesn't allow us to store the duplicate value. Very, very important. Set interface doesn't allow us to store duplicate values. Okay, we can store at most one null value in set. Set is implemented by hash set, link hash set, and tree set. Okay, so set interface can implement using hash set, using link hash set, and using tree set. But we'll see only one hash set only. Okay, using hash set, what we can do, we can store values, but we cannot store the duplicate values. That's the important. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Just now we have completed collection classes. To start applet, AWT and swing. Okay. These are the graphical user interfaces, right? Okay. So let's conclude our session. So everyone write down your number in chat box. We'll conclude our session here. I think everyone has written their number. Okay, let me stop recording. Thank you everyone. We'll meet on next Monday.